Hi, I'm Kathy Sedlacek. I'm from the Glen Kiwanis Club. The purpose of Kiwanis Club, it is an international organization, and our goal and purpose is to serve the children of the world. And I'm going to be reading a story today called Jessica's Bear, and it is written by Donna, Bennett, illustrated by Dippold. And Jessica's Bear is a story about this little bear. Came from a toy factory. Like all the other bears, he'd been sewn and stuffed with a soft, puffy filling. Shortly after he was finished, he was placed onto a long conveyor belt. He was jiggled along toward a big box until a gloved hand reached down, picked him up, and tossed him back on a shelf. One day, a gruff voice asked, "What kind of bear are you?" The truth was, the little bear had no idea. He hadn't even thought much about it. "Well," the big gruff voice asked, "do you talk?" The little bear looked at the big bear propped up beside him on a big box. "I said, what can you do?" "I'm not sure," answered the little bear. "You have to do something," Big Bear grumbled. "For starters, try walking." The little bear tried moving his legs, but nothing happened. "Woof," said Big Bear. "Maybe you're a musical bear. Check your back for a wind-up key." The little bear peered over his shoulder. No wind-up key. "I've got it. Push on your stomach and see what happens." The little bear pushed. Nothing happened. Big Bear was getting impatient. "Let's see. No walking, no music. Look and see if you have a tag with directions." "A tag?" The little bear looked at his paws, under his arms. "Is this a tag?" he asked excitedly, pulling on a flat yellow paper. "Yeah. What does it say?" Big Bear demanded. "Made in the USA." "Is that all?" Big Bear answered. "That's all," said the little bear. "Well, kid, ordinary bears have a tough time in it these days, and now it's so close to Christmas. Well, gee, I just don't know if you'll find a home." Big Bear growled and turned away, patting his fur. "Sorry, kid, I've got to get my beauty rest." The little bear had lots of questions to ask. What's a home? How do I get one? What's Christmas? But Big Bear just grumbled. The next morning, the little bear woke up to a loud rumbling. A large bin on wheels stopped right in front of the shelf where he sat. He tried to make out the words on the side of the bin. "Seconds." "Big Bear," he whispered, "what does seconds mean?" Big Bear yawned and lifted his eyebrows. "Oh, no, kid, you're a second. You may never find a home. Good luck." Just then the little bear was tossed into the bin and rumbled past Big Bear, down the long aisle. Another hand grabbed him, set him onto a table with lots of other bears, and a large red sign that said "Sale." "Why are we here?" he asked the bear closest to him. "We're seconds. Look, your nose isn't straight." "My nose?" The little bear crossed his eyes and looked down his nose, but he couldn't see anything. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Uh-huh," said the other bear. "I'm positive." Whenever anyone stopped to look, the little bear sat as straight as he could, hoping no one would notice his crooked nose. But this took a lot of effort, and his neck got awfully tired. Finally, little bear watched as a smiling lady approached the sale table. She lifted one bear, then another, placing each gently back on the table. Then it happened. She reached over and picked up the little bear. "Oh, this is the one. It's just the right size," she said. The little bear couldn't help wondering what size had to do with finding a home, but then he still had a lot to learn. After a very long time, the little bear found himself in a small room, in a quiet house. It was dark. There were other toys in the room, but none of them talked. The door opened and a smiling lady walked to him. She tied a big bow around his neck, placed him under a Christmas tree with many brightly wrapped packages. He wondered if he had at last found a home. That night, when all the lights were out, he whispered, "Is there anyone listening in this home?" What? Who's talking?" "It's me, the little bear. Who are you?" "I'm a very special Christmas ornament. They bring me out once a year, and I get to hang on the tree and watch all the holiday activities. I'm Gingerbread Boy. Up there's Snowman. Mrs. Claus is on the limb below me. Santa's asleep. We better not wake him. Now, little bear, you're not an ornament because you're under the tree." The little bear sighed. "But am I home?" he asked. "We're not sure. You see, we think you're a present, maybe a Christmas present. So you're probably going to be given away. We can't figure out who's going to get it. There are no small children in this family, so this is probably not going to be your home." The little bear was very disappointed. "We should find out tomorrow," Gingerbread Boy said. "That's Christmas Eve. We'll be very busy, so we'd better get some sleep." The next day, the little bear was awake early. Gingerbread Boy was right. It was a busy day. Good smells floated in from the kitchen. The house was filled with music, and people were coming and going with presents in their arms. Gingerbread Boy said, These presents will be opened after dinner." The little bear could hardly wait. Suddenly there was a flurry of activity, and he's sure it was time to open the gifts. Gingerbread Boy looked around. "It doesn't look like it's time to me," he said. "Nope, no one's had supper. Something else must be happening." The little bear settled down to wait. It wasn't long before the smiling lady picked him up from under the tree, placed him in a box filled with tissue paper and covered with Christmas trees and silver stars. It all happened so quickly, the little bear hardly had time to whisper goodbye to his friends, but he did hear Gingerbread Boy say, "This may be it. You may be going to your new home." The little bear was used to waiting for things to happen, and he was sleepy. The box was warm and cozy, so he curled his paws across his tummy and took a nap. He slept a long time. When he woke, it was dark inside the box, but he could hear a soft, deep voice announce, "It's a girl!" "A girl?" The smiling lady shouted. We were prepared for her. "Here," she said, "this is Jessica's first Christmas present." The little bear heard the crumple of paper, and someone lifted him from the box, placed him next to a small, noisy bundle in a pink blanket. Stretching to see why the bundle was making so much noise, he lost his balance, fell, landing a soft plop close to the crying baby. Startled, baby Jessica, all red and wrinkled, looked at the little bear and stopped crying. He tried to straighten his nose, but suddenly he knew it didn't matter. Jessica was smiling. Little Bear had found his home. And home is having someone who loves you, no matter what your nose looks like.